What's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly drive. Okay. I figured since this podcast has been filmed a lot in the car, people seem to like it. Might as well just make it a segment. Okay, so I'll try and do one of these a week. We'll just pick a topic and I'll go off about it. So this week's topic is all about realistic goal setting. Okay, what I mean by that is actually having a goal in your head that's attainable, not what these like BS marketing people want you to believe, like, oh, lose 30 pounds in 30 days and all that crap. No. Okay, we're going to talk about real results. Okay, something that you can aim for, that you can expect to achieve every single week. So, that being said, let's dive in. Okay, first thing, I want to go over this thing that I made a video about recently. It's called the 12 method. Okay, it's pretty much how to figure out your calories for weight loss. Now, to do this, it's real simple. You take whatever weight you want to get to and multiply it by 12. Boom, there's your calories. And now I know it sounds simple. I know it sounds like possibly like BS, but I'm telling you, it's true. I know there's all these things on the internet like TDEE calculators, which is like your total daily energy expenditure, which pretty much tells you how much you're burning a day. And then they help you figure out how many calories to eat on top of that to support your daily activities and weight, if you want to lose weight, gain weight, whatever. But if you want to just make it really simple and not have to worry about all that confusion, real simple. Can I make this right? 9 a.m. 2:30. Oh, I'm getting beeped at. Guess I can go. Well, I beat 2:30 by 3 minutes. Yes. Not illegal. Okay. Anyway, yeah. The 12 method. You just take your goal, times it by 12. That's it. I am 200 pounds right now. I want to get to 180, multiply 180 by that 12. And there they are. 2160, I believe, 2,160 calories for myself to lose roughly about a pound a week. And I know a lot of you are hearing that 1 pound a week and you're like, that's it? Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, if you lose really, really, really fast, then there's a high chance, a very high probability that that weight is going to come right back. And or you're not even going to get to that point where you lose the weight that you want to, because you won't be able to stick to the diet. Okay, you need enough calories in your diet so that it can support daily activities, like just so you don't feel like shit, and also enough that don't leave you so hungry that you're like, screw this, I'm out. Okay, we're going to take a brief pause because I actually have to pick up my laundry. So un momento. All right, and we're back. Well, that's what I get for being illiterate. I show up at 2:30. The slip clearly says 5 p.m. Laundry's not done. That's what I get for being lazy. Wash and fold sounds like the greatest invention ever, so I'm going to take full advantage of it. This place that I found, literally, I mean, I think I handed them like at least, what, 5-10 pounds of laundry, and they're like, I think it was $25. I'm like, for me not to have to fold that laundry, I will gladly pay that. I'm that level of lazy. They have hit my perfect price point. All right. Yeah, screw it. We're going for a drive. We'll just go for a stroll around town, around lovely Berkeley Heights, maybe New Prov. Okay. So we are on the 12 method. Okay, you have your calories. Just whatever your goal weight is. So mine being 180, multiply by 12. There you have it. Then once you have that down, okay, you could just go by calories. You could just go count up everything you eat for the day. That's it. And that will result in weight loss. Okay. Yes, you will, regardless of what you eat. Okay. That's the whole basis. You're going to lose weight. However, to make sure it's mostly fat, you need a high enough protein goal. So protein, we want about whatever your goal weight is, that in grams of protein. So if you're aiming for, say, 130 pounds, as your goal body weight, try and get 130 grams of protein a day. Okay. And then when you pair that with being active, giving your body a reason to build or maintain muscle mass, there's only one other place where it's going to pull energy from. That's the fat stores. So that's why we preach working out and diet. But let's get back to the point. Okay. Realistic expectations. Okay. Losing that pound or two a week, that's what we want to aim for. Oh, sorry, a little adjustment here. Okay. Pound or two a week. That's it. I mean, if you're on the bigger side, so if you're in the 300-pound range, then you could probably get away with 3 or 4 pounds a week, because the bigger you are, the more is going to come off, and most is going to be from body fat, not from lean muscle mass like skeletal tissue, muscle tissue, all that stuff. Okay, because that's what happens when you lose a lot of weight fast. If it's coming off like right at the beginning uh of a diet, it's usually not all fat. Okay, the majority of it is not fat. It's usually when people cut out carbs, like they decide to go keto, or they do like Whole 30 or something where it's on the lower carb side compared to what they normally eat. That is a lot of glycogen that is not in your system anymore. For those of you that don't know, when you eat carbohydrates, that converts into glycogen, which gets stored in your liver and your muscles. Now, if your muscles are full of glycogen, it's like a full balloon, okay, full of air. And when you take carbs out of the picture, that's like deflating the balloon. Now, your muscles aren't necessarily smaller, like in size, yes, they're smaller, but it's like a deflated balloon. As soon as you eat the carbs, they're going to go back to being nice and full and big, which is good. We want that. But when people lose all this weight, they think, oh, it's all fat. No, it's probably muscle that just got lost that'll come right back. So don't fear losing gains. But there's that. There's the water shift that comes with it, because water binds to glycogen. So if you're holding on to less glycogen, that's like right now we're restricted to 35% capacity in a restaurant. Okay. Right now, dieted state is like 35% capacity of your muscle. Okay. Can't fit as many people in, and all their guests, the water, okay, the glycogen is the main guest, the water is the people they bring to dinner. Okay. There's not as many of them in the restaurant, in your muscle, and that's how it is. That's just the way it goes. Okay. I'm surprised that metaphor held up, because I wasn't sure if it was going to work all the way, but it does. Okay, I'm not saying that your muscles precisely hold on to 35%. I'm just saying it's a lot lower than when you're fully carved up. Okay. Yeah, so that, along with hopefully not pulling from any skeletal muscle or skeletal tissue. Okay, we want bone mineral density. We want thick, strong bones, because we don't want to be brittle and frail when we're older. Okay, so hopefully it's not pulling from there. And yeah, and then there's that little bit of fat that is getting lost week to week. So when you do the strength training, you're gonna send a signal to your body: hold on to the muscle, keep building it. Hold on to the skeletal muscle, or the skeletal, geez, I can't say it today. Hold on to the bone mineral density. Okay. Make sure that those bones are nice, big, and strong. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to handle this weight next week. Okay. You want to keep sending that signal. Okay. Now, when you reduce calories by a ton, no matter what signals you're sending, you're just not going to be able to recover enough. You're not going to be able to put in enough work in the gym that's going to match or be better than your previous efforts. Okay. And that's why you start losing that muscle mass, that bone mineral density, and not the fat. Okay. When you stick to that 1% ish of your body weight a week, that's usually a good tell of like, that's like at the max that you can lose majority fat. Okay. Pending that you've got all your boxes checked, good amount of protein, you've got the workouts you're getting in, and the calories make sense. So when you see all these marketing bullshit, like ads and everything, you could just call BS. Like if you see these weight loss clinics saying you don't have to exercise or diet, Yeah, they're probably starving their people. I have literally had clients that have gone to weight loss clinics and reported back because they figured out that they don't work or they're just miserable to be there. I had one client that literally went to a clinic and they said, "Listen, you don't need to work like for your body type or for your age, you should not be working out while dieting," which is a load of shit. And they're like, I think they said something along the lines of, "Yeah, we're going to put you on a 1,000 calorie diet, and all you have to do is walk a little bit." And what, as you'd expect, she felt terrible. She had no energy at all, barely enough to do those walks. And when she came back to the gym, she was extremely, not extremely, she had a big dip in strength, which bounced right back because strength comes back pretty damn fast. But that being said, she probably lost a little bit of that bone mineral density that we were talking about. Definitely lost some muscle mass, but it's like that's a big chunk of time. Like that was 4 to 6 months, I think. That's almost half a year of your life that you could have been adding on muscle mass, skeletal or bone mineral density. Okay, that's precious time, especially if you're in the 50, 60, 70-year-old age group. That adds up. You need to take full advantage of this prime time to pack on the muscle mass and the bone mineral density. Even if you're in a diet, it's going to be at a slower rate, but it's still going to help, if not maintain. Okay. But back to what we were talking about. Sorry, guys, I dived down a lot of rabbit holes, but we were talking about the 1 pound a week. So that being said, take your number that you want to lose right now. Say it's 20 pounds. Okay. And that's how many weeks it might take. Okay. Or if you're doing the 2 pounds a week, cut that in half. So, like for somebody my size, 200 pounds, 1 to 2 pounds a week makes a lot of sense. Okay. That'll be 10 to 20 weeks. Now, you're not going to see these results like that. I don't know if that snap came through, but you're not going to see them really fast like a lot of these BS programs promise. And that's okay because the slower it gets taken away, the more likelihood it's going to stay off because you don't have to change your lifestyle that much. You shouldn't have to change your lifestyle that much. The only thing that really should change is portion control and maybe adding in a little bit of activity. And over the course of those weeks, it shouldn't be a big, gigantic shift. Okay. Because the more normal you can make it, the way less of a rebound there is in lifestyle, in portions, in everything when the diet is over. It's a simple transition. It could be as simple as, like, I'll use myself as an example. When I diet, one of the meals out of the day, I don't have the carbohydrates that I usually do. So, like, I usually eat 4 meals a day. Those middle two have one is like meat and rice, and the other one is meat and rice or meat and pasta or something like that. But when dieting, I'll either just have the meat with vegetables or just have a protein shake because I'm cutting out those carbs because that helps me stay in a caloric deficit. And then boom, when the diet's done, I just add the carb back in and now we're at maintenance. And if I wanted to get a little bit bigger, put on a little more muscle mass, then add another carb or add in another snack throughout the day, and it's just that simple. It's that little switch. That's all it should be. It shouldn't be, oh, I'm eating nothing but chicken and broccoli or chicken and salad for 12 weeks, and then when I'm all done, I finally get to enjoy the foods that I've been missing for so long. And then comes on the binge for, you would hope for like only a day, but that binge can last weeks or even months. And then boom, you're fatter than when you started. So simple, small changes. Okay. Now, that all being said, even with all of that good information, you could hop on the scale after a week or two of just starting a workout program with all this good diet, like the right amount of calories and everything, and you could hop on the scale and it could show no change or maybe even a gain in weight, which to the normal person, like without knowing, the normal person is like, the hell? Like, I just busted my ass for this. What the hell's the problem? Well, I'll tell you what happened. A lot of times when you start a workout program plus the diet, if you've never ever done anything like that before, your body is adapting like crazy. to the point where you very well could be putting on muscle mass at a very similar rate to fat, to how you're losing fat. So you're gaining muscle at the same time as you are losing fat, and they're kind of leveling each other out. And if you're eating enough calories, and you're like a very high responder to the training that you're doing, you could be putting on more muscle than you are losing fat. So there's the weight gain. But that's good weight. That's the weight that we want, because newsflash, the heavier you are, the more calories you need. So if you're heavy in the right way, like you have muscle, you have that bone density that is adding pounds, that means you can eat more calories. And if you can eat more calories in a caloric deficit and still achieve your goals, that's going to leave you in such a better place mentally and physically feeling energized than if you didn't. So like embrace the muscle, embrace that bone mineral density, bring it on. You want as much as possible, because as we age, that stuff is going to start going down. We need to pack on as much as possible for whatever time that we can, to enjoy a very, very good quality of life down the road, pending nothing crazy. But I mean, like, all things considered, if you strength train, if you do this right, you'll be putting yourself in a really, really good position. Okay. But I mean, take it for what it's worth. Like, at the end of the day, you just got to figure out what works for you. Okay. Find that diet, or find that right amount of calories where you feel like a real human. Like, if you're killing yourself for a diet, it's not worth it. And this is coming from somebody, for those of you that don't know, I've done bodybuilding shows, gone to like 6% body fat, lost the one time, I think it was 35 pounds, maybe 40. And in those dog days, like doing super low calorie, it just, you turn into a zombie. And in competitive situations, yes, that makes sense. I want to win a medal. I want to show off and be bronze and beautiful. But for the average person, you don't need to do that. Like, and for some reason, we follow this bodybuilding diet advice like it's the gold standard of how somebody should lose weight, and it's not. Yes, that's the most precise way of doing it, the most like by the book way of doing it. But guess what? That doesn't apply to everybody. You can make the most of very simple habits and do extremely well. Right now, I just had a check-in with one of my clients today, and I gotta say, I am so freaking proud of her. She's absolutely crushing it. It's been, let's see, this was about at for her weigh-ins. This was right at about 4 weeks from the previous one. Yeah, right. Yeah, 4 weeks from the previous weigh-in, and this is a woman that's in her 60s, works out with the weights twice a week, does walking with her husband twice a week, and she's lost 6 pounds. Now, I know, again, that doesn't set off any alarms, any like, wow, holy crap. Like, some of you might be like, that doesn't sound like much, because we have these like biggest loser numbers in our head. But in reality, when it comes to losing fat, only mostly fat, that is freaking incredible. That's the gold standard, not 30 pounds in 30 days. When you can lose that pound or two, like that puts her like right at like a pound and a half, like right in that sweet spot, pound and a half a week. That is incredible. So, that being said, if you're on your journey, if you're trying to lose weight the right way and keep it off for life, celebrate wins like that, because they're bigger than people think they are. They really are. Just the fact that you're able to stay that consistent, you're able to put in the work, and you get it done, and you get that 1 or 2 pounds, that should be something worth jumping up and down about. Like, telling your husband, telling your wife, like telling your kids, like go through the house and shout all over the place. I don't know, celebrate. Okay, not celebrating with binging and eating crap, but be proud of yourself. That takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of commitment. I know I said it should be simple changes, but even that little stuff, it can be hard. This stuff isn't easy. Our bodies fight us every step of the way. Our bodies do not want to lose weight. They want to maintain wherever we're at right now. That's it. Okay. So you taking control of your body and your health deserves a big, big freaking high five to yourself. So If you fall into that category, do it right now. Hold your hand up and pow. Good job. Good job. I miss being able to give people high fives. That's honestly probably the thing I'm looking forward to the most when quarantine's over. It's going to be a good day. Going to be slapping hands, slapping asses, slapping my face. I don't know. What, whatever I'm allowed to, I guess. Okay. But anyway, without coming off as creepy, I think this is probably a good spot to end it. Okay. Thank you guys for listening. If you think that this could help somebody, that like a friend or a family member, please share it with them. Okay. Spread the good word. Okay. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, leave a review if you really liked it. Okay. I hope you guys have a hell of a week, and I will see you next time.